Hi, Hogs. Hopefully this is working. I test my microphone to see if it was working and said it was, so hopefully this works out okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through the film. I'm going to talk through each play that we have here. These are not cut up like they normally are. Usually it goes by play by play. This is our NASCAR session, so it's just one big video. So I'm going to fast forward through the huddle scene or us getting lined up and try to jump right to the play. And I'll draw in here and try to explain as much as I can. This is also kind of my first time seeing it. So these are my first impressions here of what I'm seeing. And please make sure you listen, put yourself in the person I'm talking about, their situation, so you can also learn from it, even though it's not you. I'm going to talk about offense. I might talk a little bit about defense as well, just if I notice something, but this is mainly going to be offense. So this first play is zone or dive right. That's where we're running. Initially, I like our hips, how close they are right here. That's awesome. Our hips here should be the same. Our hips right here should be the same. Okay, this is how we want to have our hips. Now, the only problem is that we're running dive to the right. Vinji, you should be out on this outside backer. Should have been a base block, and it should have been a base block out on the 4 technique. Okay. I know we talked about this. You said you thought you had the H on your side. You should be assuming that you don't have any help unless the H taps your hip or your butt, letting you know that he is there. If you do not receive a pat, you do not have help. So you need to make sure you block your gap first. And one thing you'll hear me start saying a lot, when in doubt of who you're supposed to block your gap first. You have to go through your progression. Block your gap first, always. Then go head up. And then go to the next play side back. But block your gap first. If they're stunting and moving all over the place, trying to mess you up, just step to your gap and take who comes to it. Okay. If everyone steps to their gap, we are going to be okay. Okay. We might not get double teams. We want double teams, but if everyone just steps to their gap and blocks who comes to it, we will be okay. So make sure you block your gap first. Moving on. So we are moving to our play side backers. So this double team is great. Okay. Ben Witt should have his play side arm free. I see that his eyes are looking at the play side backer like he should be. I'd like him to be lower. I want to see the defensive lineman's hat above ours. Okay, we should be down on the numbers. We are not on the numbers right now. We are on the shoulder pads. We're way too high. Same thing, Carson. I want you to stay square. Hopefully you see that your shoulders are not square. I want you to stay square. Keep this play side arm free. So if this linebacker triggers right in this gap, you're able to get off and base block him. Okay. Right. Same thing. I want your head to the play side number. You're too high. You're up on the shoulder. I want you lower and on the number. Okay. If we slow this, keep going here. Okay. Good. Ben finally got his play side arm free. Looking here at this back. Notice, Carson, right here, you're not in a good demeanor. Look how your feet are crossing over, so you're not powerful at all. You're really, really high. You're not ready to take on a linebacker. Right, this is a lot better taking this guy over. This looks great right here. You've lowered your center of gravity. You have a nice wide base, ready to block this guy. Carson, we need to fix our demeanor and our block. I think this is Owen right here. Look at your feet. Your demeanor is not great. You're running right now. You do not have your head on the correct side. You should be trying to take this over and overtake the nose guard here. Keep on going. See, so Carson, we need to try to get square on this guy right here. You need to be shuffling laterally to try to get square because you only give the running back a one-way go. If you get square, this running back will be able to run this gap right here. Now, the running back should have vision enough to see that this is the hole right here because Reif does a fantastic job getting square on his guy, doing his job. But we can help out the running back by getting square on the linebacker. Okay. So that's that play. We're going to move on. Okay, next play. We run trap to the left. Okay, I'm going to start with Carson here. Should be rip releasing inside. This is not a good rip release. You see how he's getting hands on you. I know we worked on the drill after this session, but now you can see it. We're way too high. We should be ripping underneath. This is very easy for him to get hands on and to squeeze you down as you're trying to work up to the next play side backer. Okay, pacer, I hope you see this. I'll get to you later, pacer. Let's go to the play side guard. Okay, we got our push block here. Make sure you, Owen, make sure you get on the hip. We need to get on the hip. We don't want this. This is not good. Okay, we don't need you overlapping here. I want you to go attack the hip. If you got a push block, you should be going attacking this guy and attacking his hip with both hands and shoving him over into Ben's gap. Okay. And see what happens when you overlap like this, where you put your hands on Ben, you actually knock him over, which is what we don't want. Okay. I want your hands down on the hip. So then you can work up to this linebacker, because after you push the hip over, you should be working up to the backer. This backer ends up coming free here, which we need you working to him. Okay, Ben, I like what you're doing here. I see that you're trying to throw this guy into your gap. Okay, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Okay, now pacer, you need to stay tight, tight, tight. Stay tight to his butt. Okay, there's his hip, and your helmet should be right next to it. Okay, and you should be attacking the 4 technique. And I mean, getting after him. If any part of them, if any ugly jersey is hanging on the outside part of the tackle, that's what you go attack. You go attack this. Do not assume you come out to the next guy wider. Okay, if you come out and there's nothing here, I want you to work up into the hole and not worry about this guy. Okay, don't worry about him, because we should be able to run underneath it. It should go fast enough where we can run underneath that guy. So go attack the 4 technique right here. Okay, go attack him. Try to still kick him out, because look who makes a tackle. This is as easy as it can be for this 4 technique, because we don't go to the correct guy. We have to make sure that we rip hard inside as the play side tackle, and we need to make sure we're going to the correct guy to kick him out as the backside guard in order for this play to work. Reith, this is an excellent job by your part, doing what the tackle does. Step down hard. Vinji does a good job here, stepping down hard, replacing the guard. This is great. Try not to give up so much ground here where you might get into the play. Try to be stout. But yes, Reith, this is exactly what you need to do. Get hip to hip with the tackle, and then you can turn back and block out. So that's good right there. See, you can actually turn back and block out there. Okay, let's go to the next play. My Wi-Fi just went out. This starting back up. One sec, guys. The thunderstorm that's going on right now just knocked out my internet.